My name is James Morris. I hold the rank of 5-star Admiral in the United States Navy. For decades, the United States and her military have maintained an isolationist stance. We've seen all manner of small and large conflicts happen around the world, and we've not intervened. Not our fights. Our new president is an entirely different type, though. He doesn't believe in the isolationist stance. He believes that the US can be a superpower. Our new Supreme Commander wants to show the world what the US can do. The President believes that the US needs to earn its spot as superpower in the world. He knows that the powers that be simply won't kowtow to us and our interests. And thus, I have been given a very special assignment as the Commander-in-Chief of the US Navy. I am to defeat every existing major power at least once in a war at sea. Great Britain, France, Germany, Spain, Italy, Austria-Hungary, Russia, China, Japan. They will all be shown their place in the world. We will show them that their navies are insignificant and that the US can control the seas anywhere, at any time. This will not be an easy assignment, nor will it be a bloodless one. The President is aware of this. He has this grand plan of how war will strengthen the country. It will bring the people together to fight a common foe. It will force technological breakthroughs. It will ignite the American industrial complex. And so, my job is to seek out war and battle with other navies. This will be the most interesting and the most difficult task I've undertaken in my entire career. Let's get to work. Hey guys, Stealth here and welcome to a new campaign series. 1.09 is now live, and that means I can start to do more battles. I can start to do more interesting things. And I can play as the US, which is what I have elected to do. United States, 1930s. The objective for this campaign? Beat every other nation once. That's going to be the objective. Show everybody else that the American Navy is the best Navy. In order to do this, we're going to have to use some ships, which I currently have yet to design. The biggest ship that I can get is 66,000 tons, but I don't think it's ideal because this hull is a bit more difficult to work with. This one should be able to house everything that I need. I say should because the Modern Tower 4 is clearly not designed with this hull in mind. When it comes to the ship, ideally its job is to slug others from afar. That means making sure that no torpedoes get to it, and that is going to be the job of destroyers. Now the enemy is not just going to be lurking above the waves, it's also going to be lurking below the waves, and that means submarines. So trying to keep the enemy submarines away from this thing is also going to be rather important. Submarines are not actual playable ships, you don't control them in battle. What they do allow you to do is harass as well as deploy mines, which can be rather nasty. Now let's go with a couple of main guns. I got the 16-inch Mark III. Let's go with 1, 2, 3. Main tower and secondary tower a bit too far forward here now. Oh, you're not connected, are you? Well, go be connected, please, so I can move the whole orchestra at once. There we go. We have the requirement of at least one funnel. Can I fit 2 funnels like this? Because engine efficiency can now go above 100%, and doing that means you have a higher cruise speed, and you also have a higher amount of acceleration. You can see all of that over here. Higher acceleration, higher torque, higher operational range by 48%. That's a lot. That really helps. Okay, some barbettes would be nice to have. I would also like to improve my reload, and I would like to increase the turret rotation speed. I'm going to fire TNT with 2 powder, and these shells pack a punch. They can do 3,500 damage with AP and about 5,300 damage with HE. They can pen absolutely nothing at the moment. Considering I'm going to be slugging from afar, let's give them a 10% barrel length. And then when it comes to punch, Let's adjust this before I forget. When it comes to punch, I think just capped armor-piercing shells. That should give them quite a decent amount of firepower at 20,000 meter range. And if you have something that needs urgent deleting that is not susceptible to AP, but is susceptible to HE, then this should do the job just fine. Let's make these super heavy shells. And let's also arm the ship with a bunch of 5-inch guns in case something gets lucky and does get too close. Sadly, because I couldn't put the other tower on, or the other battleship tower, you cannot really put another gun over on the secondary tower. So it's going to have a moderate amount of firepower for the secondaries. And it's actually fine, because I'm not looking for a ton of firepower on this one. Short range firepower, that is. I am looking for more radio direction finding to improve my recon rating. That is a new thing. It indicates how good your detection versus being detected capability is. Now let's go with about an 8-inch forebelt and a 7-inch aft belt. I want to have 3 inches of superstructure armor. Inner belt 5-inch, secondary inner belt 3-inch. Inner deck 3. Ooh, this is going to get pretty close to limits. Foredeck 4.5, aft deck 3.5. Sorry, 4.3. Main deck 9. Is there any chance? No, that's too heavy. But I can rotate the turrets a bit faster. Yep. Okay. Super heavy shells. Do I need more of them? Not really. Do I need more range? Yes, of course I do, but I cannot really fit that on the ship. Okay, so that's going to be the first design, the Idaho-class battleship. Next up, we're going to need something to escort this with. So I'm going to jump over the battlecruisers for now and go to the modern heavy cruisers. I'm going to make these relatively small, making sure they're not too expensive. And they're going to be packing ABCD or ABXY. Let's say 9s. Because these are Mark 5s, making them really accurate, really deadly, and still have a good rate of fire. Let's see, we're going to need a barbette on the back, otherwise this simply won't fit. Medium superimposed barbette. Does this turn? Yeah, it does. Okay, so gear turbines, better oil, balanced boilers, aux-2 engine. I'm not really creative when it comes to these ships, because generally the way that I have them set up just works for me the best. That's more anti-flaw, please. Reinforced bulkheads. Throw in a funnel. Nope, too big. Big funnel too? Like, why are you an option on this ship if you can't actually fit? 300% engine efficiency. That's a lot. Also, I have quite a lot of aft weight offset. Let's push the whole thing forward. Still 5%. Doesn't matter. We're going to put some secondaries on the bow. This thing actually has more firepower than my battleship. Now sometimes these American hulls are a bit finicky. You don't actually get to put a turret there if you let the game set it automatically. If you do it manually, rotating RNT, it does. Okay, these guys are going to need a 20% barrel length increase, so that we can still attack the enemy at range. Sadly, the game is not allowing me to do that because I don't have the research for it yet. And no, sorry, I can't do that. Because the moment that I increase the size on this gun, it starts to protest. So we're going to have to be stuck with, at least without any benefits, an 11-kilometer range. Autoloaders, electro-hydraulic turrets. You're going to have standard AP ratio, although you're most likely going to be firing AP or SAP most of the time. Let's go with... yeah, let's go with incendiary shells. I want to have these as heavy shells. We're going to have them fired 2-powder TNT. Give them a... ooh, this is going to be tricky. The new update introduced 2 options, essentially. You got the Coincidence Rangefinder 5 and the stereoscopic. The stereoscopic is generally worse when it comes to gun aiming speed. You're getting 60% here, 110% there. But the amount of shells in their water, so the amount of splashes around the target, now interfere with the amount of shells that you can actually land on target. It's a factor, it's an issue. This does mean that the stereoscopic rangefinder is more interesting. It also gives me more long-range accuracy. So that does go to the benefit of getting a ship to be a more accurate long-range fighter. Let's see, long-range accuracy, I get 52% bonus. If I give him this, I should get the bonus. 34% base accuracy. Does that interfere with the rangefinder? No, it does not. Oh, sorry, this is towers. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Maneuverability, detection. Yeah, here we are. Accuracy. Long range accuracy, 97.5% bonus. And now it's 135, but gun aiming speed is 270 versus 320. I'd rather take the long range firepower boost. Base accuracy plus 36%, plus 51%. Oh, this is fine. We'll go with this. Let's give them a fairly hefty torpedo blister. They will be put in harm's way. And surprisingly, they have a turning circle of only 134 meters. Very, very, very maneuverable ships. Let's give them the best sonar. Let's give them an RDF. And this puts their recon at 318. It's quite good. It's not stellar yet. Increase their speed to 30 knots. Increase their operational range. And I suppose that for the rest, I don't really want to add more guns. Well, that's not strictly true. I would like to add some 2-inch guns. I think the turrets are a little over the top, but okay. I can add 12% barrel length. I'm going to have to do research for more than that. I'll put a few over there, over there. Can I put them over there without interfering? Really? Okay, they just fire over the top. That's perfect. These things, range 8.4, fire every 3 seconds. Perfect. Okay, 3 inches of superstructure armor. Your inner belt is more likely to get a hit than your deck. So let's go with 2.6 there. Let's go with another 2 inner belts, 4 belts, 5 aft belt, 4 main belt, 8. Wow. You can put a lot of armor on these guys. 3-inch 4 and 3-inch aft, 10-inch main, 7 and 6 or 5? 8, 4. Wow. And I can still tack on more weapon systems. You're going to get a better auxiliary engine then. You're also going to get more range. Operational range, especially when you're trying to get away from the US, is going to be important here. Okay. I don't have to max the ship out entirely. This still gives me some room. Yeah, this should be fine. This should be fine. This is the Kansas class of heavy cruiser. Just as fast as the Idaho, same at 30 knots. Time for a scout. A scout. A destroyer leader. Base spotting plus none. Nothing gets a base spotting bonus, apparently. Not even the scout cruiser, actually. That's interesting. I have some ideas for this guy, but first we're going to go with the destroyer leader. Now, destroyers now have the ability to deploy mines themselves. The thing is, a destroyer can only deploy mines close to your own base. It's not like you're going to go out into enemy waters and deploy mines there. Sadly not. You're going to have to do that around your own base, which is something I don't want to do. Not with this type of destroyer, but I do want them to be good at sweeping mines and making sure that no submarine gets close. Those are the main objectives. Go with the triple bottom hull, reinforced bulkheads, maximum range, standard crew quarters. Diesels do give me more operational range, I believe. 8,000 meters, sorry, yeah. 8,000 kilometers, now up to 13. Main objective for this particular destroyer is to scout. So its scouting rating is going to be important. It's currently 190. Now we are up to 841. You're going to get a coincidence rangefinder. You're going to get a sonar system. You're going to get an RDF. Gonna get better steering. Something of an auxiliary engine, but mostly making sure that you're more maneuverable. Funnel system. Oh, that doesn't quite fit. How much funnel capacity does that give me? 300%. Good God, that's a lot. 282. There we go. 37,000 kilometers. This is a guy that can get everywhere. Okay, guns. I'm thinking American double 5-inchers, double barrel everywhere. Torpedo launchers are going to be a bit tricky to fit. Does the game allow me to do this? Not really. Push this slightly farther back. If I sacrifice my tower and get something else, that's still 122% engine efficiency. 28,000 kilometer range. Torpedo launcher. Yeah. The ship is, however, overweight. I do want barbette armor. I don't want to have the triple bottom anymore. We still need to upgrade the torpedoes to 21 inchers, upgrade the reloading system, upgrade the turret system, TNT propellant, 2 powder. Yeah, you're going to be firing just strictly HE, that's fine. I don't care about mines. How much does this impact recon? Not that much. That's 7 tons? Okay, never mind. Reduced complement for torpedoes. Also means you're less likely to blow up. Reduce the operational range a bit. More. Okay. 8.4% for weight offset is not great. This weighs 58 tons, this weighs 87 tons. So I need to put more weight on the back. Balancing out a destroyer can usually give you quite a headache. Because they're, well, they're pretty finicky. Yeah, aft belt and fore belt don't exactly balance each other out, shall we say. Ship's now overweight. Give me 1, 1. And I don't think I can put this farther back. Or at least not by much. Yeah, we're definitely going to be sailing around with some weight offset. It's not ideal, but so be it. Also, because my main weapon systems are so far back... The Citadel's getting a bit large, but, well... Armoring a Citadel on a destroyer is basically a non-starter. It just does not fit. Let's say I want to have something less... Barbette 1. Wow. Single. There we go. That fixes it. If I change this to geared turbines, engine efficiency crumbles. Pricing goes to 32 million, pricing goes to 27 million, but with balanced boilers I can get better engine efficiency and more displacement. There. We are getting quite close to what I need the ship to do. Quite close. We just need to shave off some armor somewhere. There. 8.5% for weight offset. Not stellar, but it'll have to do. The Hatfield-class destroyers. Done. Okay, now for some more... let's say more fun ships. Battle cruisers are my favorite. Outshoot everything you cannot outrun. Outrun anything you cannot outshoot. The thing is, my guns are limited to 15s on these ships. That's a concern. How small / how fast can I make these? Can I do like 45 knots? I mean, it's gonna cost me, yes, that's fine. I don't mind that. 490 million though is a bit much. If you want to use turbo electric, you're going to be paying an arm and a leg and a kidney, because this now almost costs you $1 billion. 45 knots is a bit much. Oil, auxiliary, mission profile. Mission profile. Hunt down other cruisers. Nah, I got my 9-inch cruisers for that. Hunt down other battle cruisers, potentially at 40 knots. I could make this like a super cruiser armed with a bunch of 9-inchers and a lot of secondaries. Let's see, can I fit 6? Yes. That does fit. Kind of. But once you flesh this ship out, it's going to probably turn into a really expensive heavy cruiser. That's pretty much all it's going to be. That's not really what I want with this ship. Sonar, rangefinder, stereoscope. Autoloaders. Yeah, you're paying 450 million. How much am I paying for the battleship? 320 million. Good lord, speed is expensive. There. Take 5 knots off and you're looking at a ship 174 million. It now has a bit more firepower than my heavy cruiser, but not by much. Yet you're paying twice the price. What sort of role should I have for this heavy cruiser? And don't tell me it's going to be a torpedo boat, because I hate torpedoes. They're so unreliable. A way to get 15 inches to a target quick? Meh. Let's just skip the battle cruiser for now. And have a look at that scout cruiser class. What can we do with this guy? Because it's really long and really sleek. What sort of hull form score do you get? 83. It's less than the modern battlecruiser. Interesting. I was expecting the scout cruiser to be sleeker and thus also getting a better hull form, but no. Oh wow, maximum optimal speed, 31. I didn't even know that they had these things now. Interesting. Okay. 34, 34, 36, 35... Right. What would I need these for? Harassing shipping, I suppose. So let's follow the guidelines and say I want to have this thing at 30 knots. It's going to be a long-range cruiser. It's going to try and harass enemy shipping wherever that happens to be. It means they're not going to be terribly expensive. Group 4 is okay. Double. Anti-flood 3. Citadel 5. Radar is going to be important to find those convoys. We're going to be swapping targets really quick. So, coincidence rangefinder. And let's see, the guns. What are we going to do with the guns? What sort of towers or funnels do we get? Woof. That's pretty bad. Holy crap. The engine efficiency is awful on this ship. What if we just go back to the gear turbines and punch it with forced boilers? What? These funnels are atrocious. Funnel capacity 19. Fuck that. Funnel capacity 48. This is more like it. Okay, let's see if I can do it with the light cruiser, just a small-ish light cruiser. Best speed recommended for this particular hull is 36.5 knots. Okay, I'll take 33 knots is fine. Let's make it sleek. Makes it cheaper. Modern hull. Modern tower, modern rear tower. Gun size. Objective, hunt down enemy heavy cruisers. And then punch your way through the heavy cruiser and deal with convoy. Let's see about a funnel. Thick funnel gives me 59% engine efficiency, and that's with a diesel. Puts me 120 there. I quite like that. Increase the range. Get yourself a slightly better engine. Get yourself some better steering gear. Barbette armor. See, if I lose one of these, I probably won't really be too concerned about it. Depth charges, yes. Acoustics, yes. Because if you can find a submarine in the meanwhile, then I'm all for it. I don't know how well, if the AI uses shipping, like submarines. We're just gonna have to see. Now, when it comes to the 7-inch guns, I want to have the highest punch that I can get, which is the capped ballistic 2s. Should allow me to deal with enemy, well, at least cruisers very quickly. I'm gonna have some 3-inch over there. 2-inch. That should do it. Also balances the ship out nicely. What's your spotting? What's your recon rate? 935. I still don't know what sort of number I should be going for, just higher is better. That's the rule I'm sticking with. 2 inches of superstructure there. 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 4. Wait, what are you? Never mind. Aft belt's a bit heavy. 4-inch there. 5. 4.5. There we go. Oh, nope, nope, nope. Sit. Thank you. Undo. Undo. Damn it. It is supposed to put the main or the secondary tower back. Because I think now it largely undid my changes to my armor belt. 5-inch main belt. Yeah, it also took away the second funnel. Okay, let's go with an extra funnel. No. 6,600 tons is a bit much. 2.5, 2.5. Ship's crazy heavy on the aft. There, that turret was not supposed to be there. Range, 27,000 kilometers. Push that. And these guns, I would like them to be very accurate. So let's give them the maximum range bonus that they can get, which is 17%. 20 kilometer range for AP, 18 for HE. And the shell type for HE, I think incendiary is fine. But we're trying to hunt down enemy shipping convoys, so this is a little better. Okay, when it comes to number of shells, shell size, I think this is all good. RDF makes the ship too heavy. That's not. Okay. Okay, I think this ship is fairly well designed. Let's put a bit more on the bow, a bit less on the stern. There. Okay. Save the design, and that is my New Haven class of light cruisers. So, let's get some of these ships ordered, let's get some of these ships in the water, and let's start playing. How many battleships can I reasonably afford with a budget of 2.6 billion? This is 1.9. Let's go with 5 battleships. I think the heavy cruisers are going to do most of the work. So let's go with 7. Still gives me 316 million. Let's go with a couple of New Haven class light cruisers. And the rest, 115 million, is going to go into destroyers. And I can of course build more of those as the game starts. There. Okay. Let's begin. And let's have a look at finances, because I'm gaining 108 million a month. That's a lot. Crew training. Put that on 85%. Tech budget is far more interesting, and transport capacity is also going to have to go up. Okay, I get 22 million a month bonus balance. Let's get some more destroyers. I'm gonna have 3 more destroyers a month, and let's get some submarines out there. Because currently there's a bug. The submarines are free. Now you got options. You can go cruiser submarines, ocean-going submarines, super coastal submarines, mine-laying submarines, and coastal mine-laying submarines. These essentially cannot go anywhere, but they are nice and cheap. They only cost you 1.3 million. The mine-layer 5 types cost you 31 million. So this is way, way, way cheaper. This displaces 210 tons. This displaces 8 times that, almost 10 times. Anyway, what do I want for my submarines? I would like them to be able to harass the enemy. So let's get a couple of ocean goers. And even though I can build thousands and thousands of submarines for free, I think that's a bit cheaty. Let's get a bunch of coastal mine-laying submarines so nobody can approach my ports. There. And let's see. What was I building? Cruisers or coastals? Ocean goings. Cruiser submarines also have some more guns. So these come with more torpedo tubes, I think. No, that's the next tier, the fleet submarine. These get 4 bow torpedo tubes, 3 stern, 2 3.5-inch guns, 2 5.9-inch guns, and advanced diesel electric engines. I'll take 10. Okay, research priorities. They massively overhauled the research tree to the tune that everything else now works. Let's improve maneuver warfare, because this means I get armed merchant cruisers. Ah, okay. More of our merchantmen are going to be armed, including a double torpedo launcher. That's going to be a hell of a scare for anything that tries to come after my convoys. That's nice. Let's do that. I also want hull construction because flaws are now a thing. And a flaw means that your ship is going to not quite behave in the way that you would want. Let's see the rest. I think just general hull strengthening, and let's pump out a bigger shipyard. There. One of the new things in 1.09 is canals. The Kiel Canal has been opened for the German Empire, and the game then instantly jumps to it. You can see that the Germans don't have to go through or around Denmark anymore. They can go through Kiel, the Kiel Canal, and come out pretty much next to Hamburg and join into whatever conflict that they want. Now, at the moment, everybody is friends with each other. Everybody, well, they're not all singing Kumbaya, but because most navies aren't exactly clashing yet, it's just a lot of relations going up, not down. After a bit of poking around, the United States and the Russian Empire are now at war. So it looks like I have my first victim. I'm a first volunteer for my quest of beating every other nation once. There are already a couple of Russian ships around. I'm not exactly sure why the Russians keep picking fights with absolutely everybody. But when you look at the political screen, you can see the Russians are fighting myself, the British, the Italians, the Austro-Hungarians, and the Spanish, all at once, without a single ally. So good luck to them. So next episode, coming up in a few days, we're going to be dealing with some Russian ships and try and get a quick win against the Russians so I can get my first campaign objective complete. Hope you guys enjoy the new series. Thank you for joining this one. Be sure to subscribe for the next one. And I see you there with the big American battleships ready to go. See you then.